If you're an AMD shareholder, you're probably super stoked because over the past week, week and a half, you probably made a ton of money. You're looking at your portfolio and you're super excited. You're like a kid on Christmas. And that is fantastic. But what you're wondering is what is going to happen this week? So that's exactly what we're going to discuss because this week, I think is going to be super wild. And what we're seeing on the indicators on the charts and within the news points towards that. It's going to be a very important week for you if you hold AMD stock like I do. Now, AMD is amazing. I've been holding it for over 2 years now, I believe. Just a little bit though, adding to the position dollar cost averaging. But right now is a very pivotal time because it just absolutely exploded. So that's what we're going to go through today. And by the way, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. As you can see, there are over 94% of you that are not subscribed and only 5% that watch the videos that are subscribed. So we're trying to really grow the channel, get to the first 1,000 and 2,000 subs. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But with that being said, let's go ahead and look at the charts. So this is AMD, which is Advanced Micro Devices. If you're not familiar with AMD, they are the biggest competitor to Nvidia. Nvidia and AMD both design microchips, GPUs for very important things in today's world, like data centers, gaming PCs, very important things. They're the designer, the architect behind these chips. And a big reason why your computer gets faster, you get faster responses from AI, and so many data centers that are being built, obviously, from a bunch of different. And as the data center infrastructure grows and increases, there is more demand on these chips. Now, AMD, if you go back and look a year or 2 years back, lots of people were making videos on AMD. I wasn't on YouTube then, but a big consensus was eventually AMD is going to catch up to Nvidia. Nvidia is in the spotlight, but AMD really is the big brother to Nvidia. They're just not getting the spotlight yet. And this past week and a half, look what happened to the stock. It absolutely went freaking parabolic like I've never seen before. Just to show you the growth, let's go from here. So this was Monday, the 30th of March, all the way up to where we're at today. So in 59 days, it went up 167%. And if we scroll back and look at what's happened over the past couple of years, it has grown. It has had significant growth. But in general, it looked pretty much fairly flat. Like you can see here, this was a higher high, and then it hit another higher high there, as you can see with these double peaks. So it took a really long time before it really gapped up here. And then look at the absolute explosion, just gapped up. But now what's happened with AMD is we're at a tricky point where if you're a shareholder, if you've bought the hype, you're probably thinking in your mind, well, how much higher is this thing going to go? Because we had lots of consolidation down here and then massive run up. Okay, so that's what we're going to discuss. Now, first, you have to understand the technicals and what we're using. So what we're using is Bollinger Bands. These are the two bands you see. What you can do is go on your indicator tab if you're using TradingView, whatever software you're using, and plug on the actual Bollinger Bands. As you can see, this is the top band right here. And this is the bottom band right here. And then this is the moving average in the middle, that blue line that you see. The way to think of a Bollinger Band is it's essentially a slight prediction on what the stock might do. It's not a guarantee at all. It's just an indicator to help you trade a little bit more successfully. Okay, so if you look at the moving average in the middle, which is the blue line, a big rule of thumb is you don't want the actual candlesticks to hit below or even touch it, because that usually means it's a bearish pattern and it could spiral downwards into a break of structure, and then obviously start going the other way. Okay, so if we look at on the way up, look at all of this above the blue line here, above that moving average. And then right here, it hit and look what happened, dipped below, but there was so much buying power that it dipped back right way, that it actually basically flew up to the next level and actually gapped up. Let's look here at the bottom of the wick, all the way up to the top. So, 28%. So if you would have just swing traded that one and day traded that over, it looks to be like an 8-day span, you'd have made a tremendous amount of money. Now, we have to look at this piece right here because what happens here helps us see what happens next. And we use a couple different indicators as well, which I'm going to discuss the next one. But another super important signal to use here is the bearish and bullish cases. So obviously, this is the bearish case. If it touches the moving average line, it's probably going to dip down and it's probably going to go into a different break of structure. So for example, when it hit this right here, we could have very well seen this. Could have gone down and down to a lower low, a lower low, a lower low, maybe flattened out before coming back. But we could have very easily seen this. But what we saw was the opposite. We saw a higher high and a higher high. Now, what a higher high means is this is essentially the opposite of a lower low. We have a higher high and we have another higher high. And this is essentially a pattern that's going up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And you can see it's the opposite of what we just walked through. Okay, so now that you know this, now we have to look at what's happening with the RSI indicator, because this is the next factor we have to look at. By the way, we're on the 4-hour chart. You can also look at this on the day chart. I just like to swing trade on the 4-hour. It's just what I prefer. But by the way, if any of this sounds a little bit confusing to you and you want to actually get into a community that actually teaches you how to trade, go ahead and consider joining my mentorship. Just book a call down below with my team. We're happy to talk to you. Typically, we help out people that are above $20,000 in portfolio. So if that sounds like you, go ahead, book a call down my team. You can go ahead and trade with me live. You get all my trades. And we actually teach you this technical analysis week by week in live trading sessions with me. But with that being said, let's get back to it here. So if you go into your indicators tab and you look up the RSI, it'll pop up the relative strength index. That's the one that we are going to use here. Okay. It's at the bottom. It's at the bottom. So we're going to pull it up and you can see these two lines. So at the top end is a line that is 70 and at the bottom is 30 and in the middle here is 50. A good rule of thumb for the relative strength index is you don't want it to be overbought, but you also don't want it to be oversold. So you kind of just want it to have good growth. When stocks spike up, it can show us if it's overbought, and then typically there's a little bit of a correction or a pullback. So you know when to actually day trade the entries. Remember, what we do here is we day trade the entries and we swing trade the exits. It makes so much more money. I'm surprised that most people don't do this. And I get it. If you're at work and you're super busy, that's why I send you all the trades. But if you were just, from a glance and you're looking at it and you're like, oh, it's going parabolic, I'm just going to jump in. It seems like I don't really know where to enter. But if you were to actually zoom in and just pay attention a little bit closer, you would notice certain signals and say, all right, it's gone below the moving average here. And I'm noticing that we do have, break of structure, bullish candle, boop, there we go. You make an extra 28% on your money. You work hard for your money. You want to make more money. This is how you do in the stock market. You have to pay attention. Okay, so now we go to the relative strength index. As the stock was going up here, you can see sometimes it actually broke the top of the Bollinger Band, which has a correlation here where it was overbought. When it's overbought, it's very likely over 70% to see a little bit of a pullback in that position. So if you are day trading or swing trading these stocks, you can look at it and say, maybe I should consider taking profit. Because things don't go up forever, especially companies. They got to come back down. They got to be in a spot where the stock market doesn't just go up. It has different patterns, right? So either it's higher, high, higher, high, or lower, low, lower, low. And we were in a higher high pattern here. So when you saw these peaks and you saw it was overbought, look what happened right here. Just like we looked at, there was a little bit of a pullback. That pullback was, if we look at it here, over the space of 8 days, it went down about 16%. So definitely a sizable percentage points there. Now, at that point, a lot of people would have said, no, yeah, that's true, but pullbacks are necessary. But if you would have taken profits, even just a little bit up here, what you could have done was you could have saved an extra 16% at the top right here, and then just got back in on the way down, okay? Because we don't always see this quick, rapid formation back. Now, this leads me to this week. Now, we looked at the RSI. What the heck is going to happen this week? That's what you're wondering in your head, because you're holding the stock and you're like, should I take profits? And if so, what should I do with it? Which is really what I started my mentorship for. So I could walk you through step by step what I'm doing with my capital, what I'm reinvesting into, and what to actually do in different market situations. Because we're going into a pretty sticky situation over the next few days, and we're going to have to see how it folds out. So make sure to subscribe. Okay, on the RSI, you can see it's right at the top, but it didn't break 70, which is a good thing. Because if it broke 70, typically we'll see a little bit more of a bearish movement. So right here, you can see it's a little bit overbought. We saw some bearish formation on this candle here. But look, now it dipped right under and it's right on the line. So this coming week can either go two ways, okay? So definitely get those indicators if you haven't already, and definitely pay attention to this position. So essentially, there's three things that can happen. First thing is we can see a consolidation and it can go something like this, where it can consolidate. The second thing is we can go from the highs, just like this. We've gone to highs, and then we can start to trickle below and hit lower lows. Now, that is the second case. The third case is we actually just keep going higher, okay? So those are the three cases. It is very likely that we can go higher to 550, 560. Do I think it could happen? Absolutely. It just depends on what happens on Monday and Tuesday, and that's why you have to be careful on these positions. So what you don't want to happen is for it to slide and then you lose out on a bunch of your profits. And instead of taking profit up here, or at least trimming it like I'm doing right now, you actually have a position that you were here and then it trims all the way down to here where you lose 39%. Now you don't want that to happen. We literally just made a video on SoFi where this happened. It literally just happened. We looked at the RSI together. It dipped down and it's sliding. And then people are like, oh, I'm gonna take profits, and they never do. And then it just sucks. So you look at your portfolio and you just punch yourself. This is what happens in the market. You have to take profits. Obviously, I'm not in control of your portfolio, but this is super important. So what I think will happen this week, I'm for sure taking profits on my position, like I already said. But we have to see, because if this consolidates a little bit more and gets towards this moving average line, then we can have a lot more of a realistic consolidation here before either testing at lower lows and setting up a support level there, or going up, maybe hitting a double bottom, going back up here, hitting a double bottom, and then back up. It all depends on what happens in this market condition. But with the position as important as this, I know a lot of you hold this position as well. AMD is a very popular stock. So we had a really good run up. Don't let it be cratered. Even if you take some profits, make sure to look out for the RSI, as well as make sure to look out for the Bollinger Bands so you pay attention when to actually trim your profits. But if you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe and consider joining my mentorship. If you want to learn more of this and how I trade, I'm very transparent. Go ahead, consider booking a call with my team, where we'll walk you through, see about the program, see if it's a good fit, and then ultimately you can join the mentorship. But with that being said, we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Peace.